It was not a very good experience. Let me just say right off the bat, because my recent visit with Mohawk Honda was terrible. Prior to the recent visit I had like a week ago, a visit with them just because I was searching the market and looking at the price for the cars. The car I was looking for, Honda Civic LX. That's what I was looking, because I was looking for a basic model, because I used to own BMW, but from that point on, I sold my BMW. Was looking for a new car. So anyhow, um, first visit was not very good because I felt like they didn't even given me the opportunity to, have a conversation with them about the car, because they would not budge from it. Second time I went with me and my wife, and um, the guy, first of all, that who was dealing with me before, he looked at me and just turned his face the other way and kept walking. Didn't say hi or anything. So I was like, what? Because at least you say hi, hey, how are you? Welcome back. Good to see you, or something like that, because that's a sign of a good customer service and also educated people. Because people need people. Businesses need people to make money. So, anyhow, I trust me, I have a marketing degree and I really know how to deal with people and, help businesses grow. So, anyhow, I just wanted to throw that out there. So I went in there, me and my wife. We looked at the car, and before even first of all, I sat down with the guy, and the guy started asking same question over and over. First of all, I told him the car I'm looking for, and whether with the leather or without the leather. I just want to look at the car because I looked it online and I'm interested in this car, and I want to look at that car. So that guy was like, "You preferred leather or without leather?" I said, "Listen, man, you're really eliminating my options to look at the car. I want to look at both." He goes, "No, what do you prefer?" I said, "I don't prefer over another car. If I like the car, if I like the price, we will proceed. Don't ask me about preference." Then he left, and for I think so about 15 minutes he came back. First of all, me and my wife, we were talking. Where did he go? Because we're just waiting, and it's getting late. Because we went like around. First of all, we had a terrible time getting it to the place. So, and then when we got the place, it was like around 6. So my wife had to get back home. So guy left and came back and sat down again and said, "Well, what do you prefer? What kind of car?" I was like, "Man, listen, you're really, undermining, my intelligence and also my what I really want. I really want what I want. So I told you the car I want, and I even showed you the car I'm looking for." So he goes like, "That car is sold." I said, "Okay, what about this one car?" Because I showed him on the on the website, because he had the website on. But he's again asking me, "What do you prefer, leather or without leather?" And I was like, "Man, that's the fourth time you asked me this question. I want to test drive this car." And he goes like, "Okay, okay, all right, no, I get it. You want to test drive it, but what is what we don't want to lower the price of that car down. That's a Kelly Blue Book values." He started talking to me about numbers. Even I had the opportunity to test drive the car and didn't even know whether I liked the car or not. So anyhow, finally we get to the test drive part. So I test drove the car, left the car, with my wife, and my wife loved the car. On our way back, look what I see on the table. I see two guys sitting. The guy who didn't say hello, and I talked to him before, and the manager who also told priorly, like, "We're not going to work with you." I was like, because that's the second time, because they called me, that's the reason I went back. So anyhow, those guys, as soon as they saw me coming back, they just got up and walked away. Didn't say hello or anything, but they were talking to him, the guy I was dealing with at Mohawk Honda, and I didn't know what they're talking about. So anyhow, they left, and I kept it back in my head. So I said, what about I want to look at now another car. So I asked him, would like to test drive the second car. So on our way out, I asked him, I said, hey, I saw that you were talking to those two guys. And I think that's your boss. He goes like, I don't know. I said, well, is he not your boss? He said, maybe. I was like, what do you mean? Is he your boss or not? All of a sudden I see his face getting red. And he was like, I guess so. I was like, you guess so? That's your boss? You know? And I was like, oh, so you're your own boss. He was like, yeah. I was like, okay. So we went close to the car, and my wife looked at the car, and as soon as we getting ready to sit in the car smelled cigarette. And my wife was like, that car smelled like a cigarette. We don't want to sit in that car. We done. We don't want that car. Let's go back to the table. So when we went back to the table, that guy like took 20 minutes to come back to the table. So anyhow, when he came back and we said we don't like that car, we just want to get the deal on that car. We want to talk price now. He said, okay, let's talk price. So I said, would you take that much? He said no. I said, how about that much? He said no. I said, how about I'm gonna increase? I'm willing to work with you. I wanna buy this car and I need car. Let's work. So I told him, let's how about this price? He goes like, you know how they do, go back and forth with the manager and asking. So he went to his manager and brought his manager out. So, and also what we didn't like anyhow while we were talking price, because he was not willing to work with me because we were not Mohawk Honda customer. And I was like, what do you mean we are not Mohawk Honda customer? He goes like, because you don't have a purchase history. Your wife owns a Honda Odyssey. Why did your wife came to us to get a car service? I said, because we didn't buy the car from you. We were getting it service another place because we were getting a good deal. We didn't had a good experience with you, but now we're willing to give you a second chance. But and he goes like, because you're not Mohawk Honda customer, so we really, don't want to, because when people buy cars from us, they get a good deal. We're willing to talk to them. So I said, you only sell cars to Mohawk Hondas customers, existing customers. We don't have a purchase history. I said, listen, buddy, let me tell you something. Regardless of whether you purchase a product or not, I will treat you as a valued customer. Whether you buy it or not, I am going to try my best to get you to become one of our customer. That's how you build customer intimacy. You take care of customer. You know what they want exactly and how they want it. So you do it because you want your business to grow. So anyhow, when his manager came out, I didn't like what he said. I said, hey, first of all, let's talk about the price. And I didn't like the guy attitude. He had like a little irritated attitude towards me because I don't know what the guys were talking prior to me returning back from test drive. I don't have a clue what they were talking about. But anyhow, they came back and, I didn't know what they talked about, but I had it back in my head. They said something which really get that guy having that attitude towards me. So anyhow, when the manager finally came out that he was talking to and left and didn't say hi, he came back and he brought him out. So anyhow, when the manager came out, I said, hey, listen, I'm going to show you the car prices. And so far what I looked in the market, I looked at other cars. I looked exactly the same company. I looked at Toyota Corolla and Honda Civics are apple to apple comparing, and very similar price because I'm getting certified Toyota Corolla and for that much, and it's much lesser price what you're giving me for that particular price. And he goes like, well, that's Toyota Corolla, and I was like, exactly the same, warranty they're giving me, and they're not willing to price match. Then I told the guy, how about the same car? I'm looking at another place in Boston. I'm looking at other places too. They're same car, even low mileage, and they're giving me for that price, even lower than the mileage, the car that you are trying to sell me, lower than the mileage, same car, and they're giving me. He goes like, well, you can go there, but that's too far. I was like, even if I have to save like a couple $1,000 and have to drive 3 hours away, I will do it. So anyhow, that guy would not budge from the price. And then I brought it up also that what the other guy told me about the Mohawk Honda existing customers. And the manager made it even more worse. And my wife was sitting next to me and we were looking at each other. And I was like, is that even real? Because he said, yes, you are not existing Mohawk Honda customers. What he meant to say, because you're not an existing customer, because you didn't have service your car with us, because you did not had any experience with Mohawk Honda. So and that's the reason we cannot give you a good deal. And I was like, that is really ludicrous, because I never heard such a thing from any market, even several places I went. But I have not heard from anybody, because we cannot give you a good deal because you're not existing one of our existing customer. So that really ticked me off. And second, they would not sell me the car. Third thing, when I try to work with them about the price, they would not, take any price. Okay, get it. That's your car. Don't take the price. But I didn't like their attitude towards me. I felt like they were discriminating. I felt like they were marginalizing me. I felt like I was being not valued. I felt like as a human being, I was less to them. And they were more superior. And I just feel like their treatment towards me was not very good, because how they treated me. I shared with my friend, and my friend, who's very experienced in purchasing cars, he purchased many cars and he has a great experience. And he goes like, they treated you very well. They must be racist, because the way they treated you, they shouldn't have treated. He said to me, first of all, he's not sending any customer to Mohawk Honda. Second, I told him that I will not be sending customers to Mohawk Hondas, and I will have my family purchase cars somewhere else. And my wife had to trade in the car. She's not going to buy that car, not going to trade at that place. Even we like some of the cars, but we're not going to do business with Mohawk Honda because of how they treated me, how they insulted my intelligence, and how they really didn't care when I got up and left, even, and how they didn't like try even second attempt to, make any kind of sense with me. And then later, next day, I got a message from the same person saying, hey, how can we do something to make your choice easier? And I was like, I didn't have a good experience with you guys. Instead of saying, I apologize, you didn't have a good experience, what can we do for you to make it your experience great with us? He didn't care. He didn't respond back my text message. And I feel left out. There are so many places that I can buy a car from, but I would not recommend anybody Mohawk Honda in Scotia, in Glenville, Scotia. I will not recommend anybody buying a car from there, because they have not treated me well. They treated me very messy. Their attitude and their people skill, like basic people skills, are not good. Their basic people skills is not good. I can write down for you their people skills. If you were to ask me, what is their people skill from 1 to 10, I will say 0. Not even 1, because they don't really know how to really engage with the customer, how to even have a joke, or how to really, get to the end of the day. It's about people. Didn't made it about people. It's felt like they just made it about what they can get out of me. Every business is like that. But as a human, as a people of color, I did not felt valued. I did not feel that I was valued to them. It made me feel all they worried about, because what they wanted from me. Didn't care to work with me. I felt really, really bad about that. But that's what made me go to another place. And I find myself very good deal and very good car, that the car I wanted it. Even in the price range I wanted it. Maybe if they would have treated me well, maybe I would have gone there and spent even extra additional $1,000, even servicing it, or even recommending somebody to them. But you know what? I'm not recommending anybody to them, because I felt like discriminated. I felt like marginalized. I felt discriminated. I felt like they didn't like the color of my skin. They didn't like me as a person, as a human being. I didn't like it. This was a very, Very disturbing to me. My wife was sitting next to me, and she said she would not do business with them. My friend, he said he would not do business with them. And I can tell you, I will refer 0 people to Mohawk Honda. Very bad job. Very bad job. Thank you very much, guys. And if you like it, I would like to hear your comments, share, and let me know what kind of experience you had with Mohawk Honda. Thank you very much, guys.